What's up, everybody? Not here with a reaction video this time, at least, but just it's been about a month now since I came home, and figured it's a good a time as any, to kind of talk about what I'm feeling and going through after my stroke. Um, If you didn't watch the first reaction video I posted, I suffered a stroke shortly after my birthday on May 2nd. Spent most of May in the hospital and then came home a couple weeks ago. Um, Little bit about the event, I guess you would call it. Um, I had what's called a hemorrhagic stroke, which is bleeding in the brain. Um, I have no vivid idea on how I got to the hospital. Um, there was a call to 911 in my phone, but it was like 30 seconds, and um, I don't remember anything from that day. I don't remember being picked up. I don't remember being taken there. Um, yeah, I have no idea. I have bits and pieces of that night. I remember being sick, projectile vomiting all over the house. Um, but other than that, I blacked out. I have no recollection of what else there was. Um, like I said, like I said in the video prior, I have no like loss of limb function or anything like that. Uh, the severe aspects of what comes with the stroke, how, I don't know. Um, and that goes along with not knowing how that night went. Had I waited to go in to be seen um, much longer, probably, from what they said, that it could have very well been just that night. um, I wouldn't have been around to be seen. um, there's no real response or reason, medical understanding, as to why uh, I'm alive, but to a lesser extent, why I'm fine in other ways and not fine in other ways from that. I remember having a headache for a couple weeks before going to the hospital. Um, just like a fucking splitting migraine. It wasn't like take time to come on. It wasn't like, hey, go lay down, go get some sleep, it'll go away. It was just like this pervasive, constant. Tylenol would help for a little while, but I had to like constantly take it. Um, and come to find out, that was actually my brain bleeding, which caused the stroke. Um, so, what, if anything, am I suffering from a month later? Um, and I want to point out that the doctor did tell me that it could take 3 months. Um, on average 3 months for your brain to heal to its fullest extent, however much it's going to heal. Some studies I've researched have shown that people have gotten better up to a year later, but there's no proof of that. 3 months tends to be the average agreement. Your brain can heal, which I actually didn't know. My understanding was that when your brain is screwed, it's screwed, and that's not the case. The connections and stuff can be reformed from whatever you've lost. And yeah, so we'll check in 2 months and see where we're at. What, if anything, am I dealing with? Like I said, my limbs are functional. Okay, they're not good, but they're functional. There is numbness in my hands, wrists, up my arm. Mainly this one, right one. Kind of comes and goes. Sometimes I don't even notice it until it's coming back that it was numb. But generally speaking, it feels kind of like I slept on it too long. The same thing for my right foot and lower leg goes numb once in a while, not to the extent that I can't walk so far, luckily. But it does go numb. And that's the other big thing too. My vision is fucked. My vision is awful right now. My vision is blurry with these on. When I take them, I mean, this is headache inducing within seconds. This is awful. And the doctor explained it that in 3 months my vision could be back to normal, or whatever loss of sight I've suffered could be permanent. I don't know. There's nothing I can do to get it back, nothing I can do to help fix it. What's done is done. It's just got to heal if it's going to heal. My vision is awful. I am constantly tired. Sleep has been a rare thing. When I first got home, I didn't sleep at all the first 4 or 5 days that I was here. As a matter of fact, I had gotten so exhausted that I do remember confiding and even crying to my friends that I was positive I was dying. That's what it felt like. Because I couldn't sleep. And now, I might sleep a couple times or a couple hours a night, but there's no like 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. There's nothing like that. I'll give you one example. I laid down the other morning, looked at my phone, and it was 7:45 the last time I looked at my phone. Closed my eyes, rolled over, rolled back, picked up my phone, and it was 10:30. I do not have any idea what happened to those 3 hours. I couldn't tell you if there were a gun to my head. I must have slept, but I didn't feel like I slept 5 minutes, let alone 3 hours. So things like that are kind of weighing on me. The other big thing is that I am extremely forgetful right now. Um, I have no excuse for it. I have no justification for it. I have no understanding of why, what. Um, I see things move in my peripheral that isn't there. I have to do a double take, um, but it's just not there. Uh, when I first came to after the stroke in the hospital, I was positive that my father was still alive. It took time for me to realize that my parents weren't going to be there for me or anything like that. Um, but yes, very forgetful, and it's not just small things. It's major things where I feel like I'm dreaming almost constantly. There's just like this haziness about life now where I'm not even sure what's real, what's not. Um, there have been days the past month when I've been home where I've had to like pinch myself to make sure that I'm alive and awake, and just little shit like that. Like there's so much internally that I can't even fully express in this video about what is wrong with me. Um, but yeah, they're like, you got super lucky. It's a miracle, really. It was what the word they used. That I didn't suffer more physical issues or didn't die from it, um, which I do appreciate. But if this mental haziness is going to be consistent for the rest of my life, and that's another thing too. It's really bothering me because a lot of the research I've done since I've been home has been life expectancy. My mom had her stroke when I was 15, and she was never the same. She made it 9 years. Anything over 5 years is it's a long time. Some people make it 50. They do, and that's cool. But I guess we'll see. I can't do anything about it. I can't stop it. My brain is damaged. Um, and I have no energy. Like I'm sitting here right now, just exhausted. I feel like I could go in and go to bed and sleep for the next 2 days, but I know if I go in there and lay down, I'm just gonna lay there until I get up again because I have something else I could be doing. And there's no energy, no physical strength. My physical strength is a fraction of what it was, and it was already less than it should be. Um, the one good news is I went into the hospital weighing about 245 pounds. I weighed in yesterday, day before yesterday, 209 pounds, which is the lowest I've been since college, which is good, I guess. I've not really been eating. I eat one meal a day, um, maybe a snack here and there, but it's not like consistent meals throughout the day and stuff. So, you know, I like me pausing during the video isn't not having anything to say. My mind kind of like hits. It's not that I don't have anything to say. I run out of shit to say, and that is troublesome to me. Um, so yeah, I pause because I have to like collect my thoughts again and where I was. Um, yeah, so a month in, and honestly, I could be dying. I don't, I don't know. Part of me would be okay with that, I guess. No, I'm not suicidal or anything like that. Um, I just, I have a very, very hard time now caring about anything. Um, and I've been told that that's common with stroke patients. They just become totally apathetic, and or get, or the worst side of it, they get depressed and suicidal and negative about life. But yeah, I find that a lot of shit that used to bother me or I used to prioritize, just I don't give a fuck anymore. And that's unfortunate, I guess.